What was your worst feeling? Getting slapped, someone eating your food, getting stabbed or something? I'm gonna share some of mine worst feelings. The feeling that you get in school when you worked really hard and the teacher didn't understood your work. So you trying to explain to her what you wrote, but she gives you the middle finger and you go home with an F. And you hate that teacher for the rest of the year. Do you feel that feeling when you were sure about something but still had some doubt in that something? And it turns out that something wasn't working and you had to go home with nothing. And the feeling in your throat like you're crying is the worst. If you have siblings, you have to know this feeling. You've been in school fantasizing how you eat the candies at home, but that malicious brother in your family eats all the candies, and when you come back, there's nothing. When you think there's another chip in the bag, but there's nothing. That's no bueno. Again with siblings. When they leave the door open, and you want it to be closed that no one sees you, so you can sit there all alone, thinking about life, and what went wrong. And if you didn't say this sentence, but this one instead, that went a little deep. Remember that time when you were a kid, you put a funny song on your ringtone when someone calls you? Cause you thought it would be funny? You are walking in public and someone calls you, and you have to search for your phone cast, so no one hears the rest of the song, and you just standing there embarrassed. But the worst feeling is when it happens on the bus. Tell me if that happened to you. One time I wanted to wake up early. I set my alarm on 4 a.m. and I woke up at 7 because I somehow turned my alarm off in my sleep. And I hadn't just one alarm, I had one on my watch and the second one on my phone. How did I turn them all off? I was sitting on the bus going to school and the bus was crowded as hell, but I had a seat. I'm sitting thinking that my classmate sitting next to my right, so I turn my head and I look, and that wasn't my classmate. The next worst feeling is when you sweat and you just want to relax, so you go and lay on your bed, but then you remember you're sweaty, so now your bed is sweaty too, realizing that you are never be able to do that ever again. I will give you an example for this one. Imagine playing toys with your friend, and then he moves somewhere and you have to play all by yourself and you'll never be able to play with him ever again. Or living in the house for so long, but the government decides that no, let's destroy the apartment and build a new factory. You have to move to another house. You realize that you're never going to see your old house again. The gut-wrenching feeling when you realize you effed up something very badly and you can't fix it anymore. Another worst feeling is when your favorite YouTuber doesn't have your worst feeling. When someone doesn't believe you, it happens, we just need to let it go and subscribe.